Alright guys, so we are currently outside of my friend's house again. It was the last video where I, kind of picked through his game collection. But now he has some systems and he said he might still have some extra games. So I'm at his house right now. We're going to hop in there and see what we can find. Getting the stuff out. Here we go. Whole lot of freaking games, whole lot of systems. Actually, not a whole lot of games, whole lot of systems though. We're going to go through it at some point. I don't know when, but I'm going to, get it laid out, go through it with y'all, and see what we all have. Also, then again, I didn't really want to record because he was there and all that, because, his house, his privacy. I don't want to barge in like that. But we're going to go over it now that it's here. All right, so we're just in the room right now, and I just want to kind of do a little overview before I take it all out. Like, here's some of the stuff in this bin. I didn't want to record in his house, like I said. So I have to kind of do it right here. Like, a whole lot of accessories, PS2, NES. These are like the more accessory kind of filled bins. I think there's a backwards compatible PS3 in there, which we will check out in a second for you, but maybe a day for me. And then over here, some consoles. Some of these are kind of like ones that have little problems, but I decided to pick them up anyway. In this one, we have like 5 Wiis. There's a PS4, Xbox One, Xbox One S, 2 SPs in here, Wavebird adapter, whatever, receiver, all that jazz. Some good Wii games that were in the Wiis that we tested. Whole lot of cool stuff, and like I said, I'm going to get it laid out for all of y'all so we can see it all. This is going to be a lot of stuff to lay out, but it's going to take a lot of work too, but we're dedicated to the grind like no freaking tomorrow. So yeah, let's get into this. Alright guys, so I finally got everything set up on the floor. What I'm going to do is kind of keep a tally of the total value of everything in the lot. I did spend $500 cash on this lot, so keep that in mind. And like I said, we're just going to pull up the value from price charting, add it all up, and see what the value is of everything that I bought. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright guys, so here's everything that I bought from that collection laid out on the floor. We're going to go ahead and start over here with the system. So here is a Destiny Edition PS4, as you can see right there. Just the regular PS4, not, PS4 Pro or Slim or anything like that. Base model. There is one thing wrong with it. I'll kind of pop it up here on the screen, but when you plug it in, it says that the operating system is corrupted, I think. So I'm going to have to like re-download on a USB, figure out a way to install it, but it shouldn't be that hard. I could probably figure it out. So that was a really good pickup, just a, overall cool item. If it didn't have a PS4 Pro, I'd probably keep it, but, I never really mess with Destiny that much, so I'll just stay with the PS4 Pro. Then moving over here, we have this Xbox One S all digital. Now, if this wasn't all digital, I would probably keep it to test Xbox One games and stuff like that. But all digital doesn't really do anything for me, because I don't really mess with, digital stuff. Obviously, as you can see from everything up here, I like my physical games, so something like this wouldn't really be good to me, but it's still cool to get, and it's going to be easy to sell for me since I'm really not going to keep it. But then under it you have this OG Xbox One right here, like the launch model. Does have some stickers on it. You're going to have to clean that off, but shouldn't be too hard. I think that this one also worked fine. Also, if I didn't tell y'all, this one did work fine too. But I think this one we didn't have a controller, but it looked like it, read the game and all that. So that should be good. A little good pickup right there. Then moving right into this NES right here. So this thing, it actually is a little yellowed on the front, but doesn't look that bad on the top. I might swap it out with the one that I have right now, because the one that I have right now is really yellowed. But this thing worked perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with it. Read games, controller ports worked, everything like that. So this will be, pretty good. It actually also came with this little thing on the bottom. Sometimes these are missing on some of the NESs I get, but surprisingly enough, this was here. So that was definitely, good. But then under that, we have this OG Xbox, the, original. This one worked perfectly fine too. Nothing crazy, but for like this, I would just rather play the games on 360. I would just rather throw on the 360, put the game in, because I'm pretty sure it's backwards compatible with, I want to say all, but that might be false. At least if it's not all, it's most, and all the ones that at least I want to play is backwards compatible with. So these don't really do that much for me, but I mean, they're cool. I mean, I'm not really hating on the Xbox people out there, but I mean, just, not my thing. And then we also have these 3 Wii systems right here. all worked, all red games, you know, all are, you know, GameCube compatible. So that was a good pickup. This is good for me specifically because I can get a decent amount for Wii systems. I usually throw 2 controllers in, a Wii Sports, and I can usually get around $100 on Facebook for the most part. But I might try some out online. I'm not really sure yet. I guess I'll just, you know, have to see what happens. But yeah, definitely good picking up these 3 because they sell really quick. And then y'all probably already know what this is, but this is the backwards compatible PS3 that I was talking about. Now this is the CECHE01, I want to say, the model that uses emulation instead of the actual PS2 hardware. I heard that sometimes better because it doesn't overheat as much. The PS2 one that has, you know, the actual PS2 insiders in it or whatever, that doesn't use emulation, I heard that overheats a lot and it's just kind of, you know, unreliable. But I heard this one's good. I think I'm going to replace the PS2 Slim that I have with this one just because it can play, you know, PS1, PS2, and PS3. I'll sell the Slim that I got because, you know, I don't have too much attachment to it, but I've always wanted one of these just because it's kind of like an all-in-one for everything before PS4. But I mean, yeah, it's in really good shape too. You know, still has the door on it. All the ports aren't like filled with dust like they usually are. It's not that scratched up on the front, so I was really surprised about this one. This is one of the things I was looking forward to in that purchase. Because, you know, a lot of the stuff here I'm going to sell, and a lot of it I'm going to keep. Like, I think I'll probably keep definitely that. Oh, I'll get back to those in a second. That's something I'll keep though. And then just, you know, some accessories I might, but a lot of things I want to sell because I'm trying to test out these collection buys. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get into these. So I got 2 Game Boy SPs in this. Now, sadly, they both are the 001 model, if it can focus. Yeah, right there, 001. So they don't have the brighter screen, but they are in really nice shape. Like this blue one is just like flawless. Like I was really surprised when I saw that one. Might have to keep it just because it's so nice. And then this one, you know, a little scuffed up, but I mean, they both really just work perfectly fine. Like nothing wrong with them. Let's kind of open it up. Just look at the inside right there. It's like minty, I'm telling you. Great condition GBAs right there. Absolutely glad I got them. These 2 and the PS3 were the 2 things I was mainly looking forward to. Also that PS4 right there. But yeah, these were just in really good shape. And definitely good on picking those up. And just because it relates to this, we're going to go ahead and open this up for y'all. All right, are y'all ready for this? Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Ready? Oh, y'all can already see some good stuff. We got the Wavebird receiver. I kind of showed that a little earlier. We have these 2 Rock Band, I think. Rock Band, Guitar Hero, one of them. I think it's Rock Band. These 2 wireless Wii receivers, which I want to say are around $20 a piece right here. You know, I wanted to have some quick sellers in this lot, but I could kind of make my initial investment back quick. And that would probably be things like, you know, these, maybe the PS4, the Xbox One, the SPs, things that are just going to sell quick and, you know, so I can get that original money back. And then I can kind of start digging into the profit with some of the other things. But yeah, these were definitely good. And then also moving on, like I said, we have this Wavebird receiver right here, if I can grab it. Yeah, right here. It's a little yellowed, but that doesn't really matter to me. I am going to keep this though, because I did have a controller without the receiver. So this is going to help me out. But I feel like these go for around $50, I want to say. So definitely glad this was in the deal. There was also a random Black Ops 2 PS3, you know, manual and cover art. And so I know I showed y'all these 3 games as well. These are the ones that I found in the Wii, but there are some broken Wiis that I haven't got to over there. But I did end up opening them up yesterday, and I found this in one of them. So a really good, you know, find for just being in one of the broken Wiis. All I did was go through and, you know, open up the disk drive in it that wouldn't eject. And of course, this was what was in there. You can never complain when you come across new Super Mario Bros. Wii. It's just like a $20 bill just sitting inside of a Wii. But along with that, we also got this random Super Nintendo manual, a bunch of random SP manuals and, you know, stuff like that. And we also got a ton of these games. I will say the notable ones in this lot are probably the Herb Sims in the City, Super Mario World, and Crash Entranced, I think. And then here are some of the other ones. I thought SSX Tricky might be good on GBA, but I don't think it really gets that much. But yeah, still some good GBA games here. And also what was in there was this random PS2 memory card. And then this, I think it's a radio transmitter for Game Boy Advance. Not really exactly sure, but yeah. It's here. So that was definitely a bag full of really, really, really good stuff. And so you're probably wondering what's the deal with all these other random systems chilling over here in the corner. So all of these had something wrong with them. Like these Wiis, one didn't display, one didn't read disc. The PS3, I think there was a disc stuck in it. Xbox wouldn't eject. PS2 was loud, PS2 fat wouldn't eject, and the OG Xbox wouldn't eject either. So maybe some things I can clean up, but for the sake of this, we're just gonna call these maybe $5 a piece. But yeah, let's go ahead and add $35 to the value just because we're gonna go off Brox Finds charting and not price charting because I don't think they have broken systems on there. And I feel like at the end of the day, we could get at least $5 a piece for everything here. But yeah, other than that, it's just a whole lot of random, you know, cords, accessories, controllers that went with the systems, things like that. And we're gonna be like super conservative here and just say that all of these accessories, cords, controllers, it's all gonna be worth about $50. That's just according to, you know, broxfindscharting.com. But like, I know alone that's pretty good, like 20, 25-ish. You know, there's 4 PS2 controllers right there, a Switch controller, you know, just a whole lot of good stuff. And actually, I think I might keep this too, just because it's a pretty, like, you know, good condition Switch controller. And I'm pretty sure it's wireless because of that little, you know, thing right there. You can link the controller to the Switch. So I'm probably going to be keeping this, just something, you know, random. You find random things and you're just like, oh, you might as well keep them because you got them for such a good deal. And that is a good example of why I'm keeping this controller. But other than that, the only other thing I can show y'all is this big bin here full of random third-party accessories. This is pretty much just a big third-party bin that I threw together. We're not going to add any value for this, even though there probably is some in these like older third-party controllers like Pelican and, you know, some other brands and things like that. But like I said, just for this, I'm not really going to throw any value on it. But yeah, let me know what y'all thought about my biggest purchase yet. Biggest game collection buy. I did spend $500 on this purchase, like I said. And y'all know the value. I don't know it yet because I hadn't added it up. But y'all do know the value. So here is the profit that we should make from this if everything sells. And I think it's going to be a pretty good learning experience for me and just overall a good buy. Like, you know, obviously I did my research on all this stuff before I purchased it and we kind of talked through it and decided what was fair for both of us. And yeah, I do want to give a big thanks to my man who sold me this. You know, we hook each other up and I just really appreciate it. But yeah, with that being said, let me know in the comments what y'all's favorite pickup here was today. And, you know, if y'all enjoyed the video, drop a like and subscribe. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers and we're almost there. So if you're not subbed yet, you gotta subscribe. But yeah, with that being said, I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.